southeastern Connecticut. I have 2 children. My daughter Iris is in the green shirt in the corner. My daughter Iris is 31 years old. She's a remarkable young woman. She has many challenges. To use some of the labels attached to her, she's total care and has a severe intellectual disability. The topic of this introduction is shaming and judgment. We have all experienced judgment and shame. I would like to share one incident that happened to me. You have to go back almost 30 years to a program known to you as Birth to 3. At the time, it was called early intervention. Professionals would come to your home, and they also offered a center-based program. I would bring Iris to a DDS facility where she was in the very capable hands of OT, PT, speech, and special education teachers. The parents would be in another room and have a support group. If any of you know the play group I run, I modeled it after this program. I was a new young parent. My husband and I had no experience with people with intellectual disability or special needs of any kind. I would come home and he would ask me, how was the group? What were the other kids like? I would answer, I feel so bad for the other kids. Iris is the best in there. There are 2 kids that have Down syndrome, 1 child that has something called echolalia, and another child that keeps taking off all her clothes. Iris had been diagnosed with having a stroke before she was born, yet she looked completely typical. She was behind with some of her milestones. At 1 year old, she could still not sit up independently. I was naive. I thought because my daughter didn't have a diagnosis that was known to have an intellectual disability, she was superior. One day, I was in the grocery store, and the sister of one of the parents from the group came up to me and said, your poor daughter, my sister told me all about her. She can't do anything but lay on the floor. Reality hit me right in the face. It was true. All the other kids, including the ones with intellectual disability, were way ahead of Iris. Shame. Shame on me for judging. Judgment. I made assumptions based on labels and diagnosis. I realized how wrong I was. On the flip side, I saw firsthand how other people made assumptions and judged my daughter. This whole incident changed me. In this world, we may need labels. They bring our kids many services, but we cannot assume or judge. I understood and I changed. I no longer make assumptions or judge. I now try to meet every person where they are and accept them accordingly. We do so much better when we experience for ourselves and act from our heart. Thank you.